Hey guys, this is another update on my Save the Stitches Blackwork project. This is the full view of what I've done so far. I am just about halfway. This line here is actually the halfway point of my fabric, so that's exciting. And today I'm going to be showing you block 8, which is this line of motifs, and then block 9. So it's no surprise that I love stitching these motifs the most out of anything else in this entire pattern. Everything is beautiful, but I think that these little motifs are such a nice change, and they're quite a bit easier, I find, than stitching these really involved patterns. So let's get in close here. Here are the first two small patterns. This one just has a little bit of copper metallic, and this again is kind of an instance of where using the 18 count Aida has lost a little bit of the detail in these kind of corner sections, but on the whole I don't mind. Just something to keep in mind if you're looking to do this project. And then this little one, which is so cool. I haven't done anything like this in this pattern yet, but just a little bit of silver in the middle there. And then the first big motif. These are so beautiful, and I actually find them quite a bit of fun to stitch. So this one is just a relatively simple floral design with some gold, and I'm really loving some of these motifs are kind of repeating themselves. So I think up in this motif we had the same kind of flower shape, and now we're seeing that again down here. So I'm really liking that. I think it ties the whole thing together really well. And then one more tiny motif in the center here with just a little bit of copper. And another big motif. Again, very delicate looking. I really like these. This one has the gold again, really easy to stitch, and as I mentioned, some of these shapes are kind of repeating themselves. So these little, I don't know if they're petals or this little accent in the middle here is very similar to what we did over here. So it's really cool to see some of these details start to repeat themselves. And then just on the end, two more tiny little motifs, a really simple kind of flower shape, no metallic in that one at all. And then these look like acorns to me. Another little just tiny black motif with some silver. I'm really impressed at how all of these can look so different, and how Liz has charted so many awesome designs that all look so unique from each other. So that is block 8. So this is block 9. I just finished it last night, and this is the one that I had mentioned on Instagram was giving me kind of a headache. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's because I had just done all these motifs, which I find a little bit easier, but this seemed like especially intricate, and it took me so long to get the pattern. But I'll talk about that when we take a closer look here. So this first one, this is the one that took forever. It's really beautiful, really intricate. I'm sure I wasted a ton of thread because it just took me so long to figure out the design. For these kind of more complicated ones, what I tend to do is I start in one corner and I put in the most detailed part first. So what I did for this one was I started here, I stitched this little accent going down, and then I worked my way all the way up to the corner, all the way back down to this corner and down, so that all I had left was this kind of simple part in the middle. So that's that one with the gold accents. Very pretty, lots of work. This one underneath, just plain black, no metallic. I really like this one actually, but I've noticed that we haven't had any beads lately. And I've looked actually in the next few blocks on the website, and there's no beads kind of being planned. So I don't know if I might add a couple, or I'm not sure, but I missed the beads. This one up top here with the silver, this one took forever. I'm not sure. What I find with the blackwork is it takes me a little bit to figure out the pattern, but once you kind of have an idea of the pattern you're working in, it goes a little bit faster. This one, I finished the whole section and still really didn't have a clue what I was stitching. I try to stitch like I usually start in the top corner and I stitch kind of across. So I did like this square first and the stuff on the either side, and then I came through and did these little shapes, then the squares, then the shapes, etc. But this one took forever. I don't know if it's just because it's a little busier than the other ones, but my brain couldn't handle that one. And then this one was like a breath of fresh air in comparison. A little bit more like the motifs on their own. I really like this one. And of course it has the copper metallic, which is my favorite. And then this tiny little motif with the gold marks the end of block 9. So I have block 10 and 11. I think there's only 15 blocks right now up on the website, so I may get to start a new project once I get to the end of those. We'll see. As I always mention, this pattern is completely free. You can download it from blackworkjourney.co.uk. I will link that down below. Thank you guys so much for your support with this project, and I want to see your pictures if you're doing this blackwork or any blackwork. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!